All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sports Dom coming back with another video. And man, when they're hot, they're hot. These guys are good. Scary good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my Pittsburgh Penguins at Buffalo Sabres Game 10 recap. And the second place Buffalo Sabres defeat the Pittsburgh Penguins 6-3 at the KeyBank Center in downtown Buffalo, New York. The Pittsburgh Penguins lose 6 straight and blew 2 nights in a row. They blew a third period lead. Last night to Boston, they were up 3 goals and lost. And tonight, they were up 2 goals, 3-1 in the third over the Buffalo Sabres, and lost 6-3. So let's recap this right now. 7-3 Buffalo Sabres. Here we go. Keep on winning. Let's do this. All right. Game stats. Here we go. Goals: Pittsburgh 3, Buffalo 6. Shots: Pittsburgh 21, Buffalo 33. Block shots: Pittsburgh 12, Buffalo 14. Hits: Pittsburgh 12, Buffalo 8. Face-offs: Pittsburgh 31, Buffalo 28. Power plays: Pittsburgh 1 for 3, Buffalo 1 for 4. Gotta fix it. And if they fix their defense and not allow so many 2-on-1s like they did in the second period, these guys are going to go to the playoffs. Even the guys on TNT said if Buffalo can fix that defense and limit the 2-on-1s and play some defense and help out the goalie, man, these kids are going to the playoffs. But in the first period, the scoring, penalty minutes: Pittsburgh 10, Buffalo 8. And scoring in the first period, it was Pittsburgh's Jason Zucker, his second, assisted by Evgeny Malkin, his sixth. And after one, it's 1-0 Pittsburgh. And scoring in the second period at 5:50, it was Pittsburgh's Josh Archibald, his third, assisted by Ryan Poling, his second, and Brock McGinn, his third. And it's 2-0 Penguins. Uh-oh. And then at 18:51, here they come. It was Buffalo's J.J. Peterka, his third of the season, assisted by Owen Power, his fourth, and Rasmus Asplund, his fourth. And after two, it's a 2-1 Pens lead. And then in the third period, 8 seconds into the third period, it was Pittsburgh's Jake Gunzel, his fifth, a power play goal, assisted by Chris Letang, his fifth, and Evgeny Malkin, his second of the game, his seventh of the season. It's 3-1 Penguins. Don't panic. Call the Buffalo Sabres. And then 5 consecutive goals by the Buffalo Sabres. Here they are. At 3:21, it was Buffalo's Tage Thompson, his seventh of the season, a power play goal, assisted by Rasmus Dahlin, his seventh, and Jeff Skinner, his seventh. And it's 3-2 Penguins. And then at 6:29, it was Buffalo's Victor Olofsson, his seventh of the season, assisted by Owen Power, his second of the game, his fifth of the season. And it's a 3-3 game. And then at 10:34, it was Buffalo's Alex Tuch, his seventh of the season, assisted by Tage Thompson, his seventh, and Jeff Skinner, his second of the game, his eighth of the season. And it's a 4-3 Sabres lead. And then at 18:24, it was Kyle Okposo, his first of the season, and in an empty net, assisted by Zemgus Girgensons, his second of the season, and Rasmus Dahlin, his second of the game, his eighth of the season. And it's a 5-3 Buffalo lead. And then at 19:53, it was Buffalo's Victor Olofsson, his second of the game, his eighth of the season, an empty net goal, assisted by Jacob Bryson, his fourth of the season. And it's a 6-3 Sabres win. They improve to 7-3 on the season. And I believe the Pittsburgh Penguins fall to 4-5-2. I think they're 4-4-2 coming in. Penalties in the second period. At 8:40, it was Pittsburgh's Evgeny Malkin, 2 minutes for hooking. Then at 10:06, it was Buffalo's Kyle Okposo, 2 minutes for slashing. And then at 19:24, it was Buffalo's Dylan Cousins, 2 minutes for tripping. So no penalties in the first, 3 in the second, and then 6 in the third. Here we go, third period. At 2:28, it was Pittsburgh's Casey DeSmith, the goalie, 2 minutes for tripping. And then at 7:17, it was Pittsburgh's Jake Gunsel, 2 minutes for slashing. And then at 12:42, it was Pittsburgh's Jeff Petrie, 2 minutes for interference. And at 19:58, it was Buffalo's Casey Middlestat, 2-minute minor. And then at 19:58, it was Buffalo's Dylan Cousins, 2 minutes for slashing. And at 19:58, it was Pittsburgh's Josh Archibald, 2 minutes for slashing. So, only 21 shots on goal for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Eric Comrie only made 18 saves. And DeSmith, he allowed 4 goals. So the Buffalo Sabres had 33 shots on goal. He allowed 29. He made 29 saves and allowed 4. So, Casey DeSmith and the Pittsburgh Penguins come to Buffalo and lose their 6th straight game. Pittsburgh played back-to-back games, back-to-back nights, and they blow a third period lead in back-to-back nights for their 6th straight loss. The Buffalo Sabres just keep on rolling. Now they go into Carolina to take on a 6-2-1 Carolina Hurricanes team. This will be the first meeting of the season between the two. It'll be the 11th game of the season for the Buffalo Sabres. And it'll be the 11th game of the season also for Carolina. These two teams are very good. They're almost equal in records. Like I said, the Carolina Hurricanes are 6-2-1. The Buffalo Sabres are 6-3-0. Or 7-3-0, I'm sorry. So the Buffalo Sabres are 7-3-0. The Carolina Hurricanes are 6-2-1. So they're almost identical. Buffalo's got one more win. And we go to Carolina. It's going to be a tough game. Should be a good game. And I think the Sabres keep on rolling. Don Granato has them playing outstanding hockey right now. That's why they re-signed head coach Don Granato. That's why they re-signed Tage Thompson to that 7-year, $50 million contract. That's why they signed Matthias Samuelsson to that extension, even though he's hurt. But if they can play some defense in some games and stop these rushes, these kids are going to be a dangerous hockey team. And I've said it, before this season started, that these kids were going to surprise people. They were going to be the surprise team in the NHL. And look they're rolling right up to second place in the Atlantic Division behind the Boston Bruins. Man, I do think they need to make one small trade for a defenseman. I'm not worried about goalie anymore. I was. But I like Eric Comrie, and he's going to play a majority. That's why they brought him here. They want him to play the majority of the game, like 50 games a year. And Craig Anderson at 41 years old knows that he's the backup. He's not the starter. He is the backup. And Craig Anderson, wow. But the Buffalo Sabres, winning Monday night at home against the Detroit Red Wings 8-3, and then tonight 6-3. 14 goals in 2 games for the Buffalo Sabres to just 6 against. Wow. But I can't believe the start that they're off to. 7-3 and in second place in the Atlantic Division. If you told me before this season started that the Buffalo Sabres would start 7-3, I'd probably laugh at you. But I said they were going to surprise. I said they were going to get off to the hot start. I just didn't believe that they were going to be in second place in the Atlantic Division. And they're beating good teams. They're beating, they beat 2 considered Stanley Cup contenders in Edmonton and Calgary back to back. So they're beating good teams. And Pittsburgh is a real good team who's just in a struggle right now. And they got in a little skirmish there at the end of the game. We're going to remember that the next time we play them. I think it's on December 9th, they said. But so the first time they wear the goat head and they get the victory 6-3 over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Guys, comment in the comment section below on what you think. And as always, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss a video. Stay tuned for my Buffalo Sabres at Carolina Hurricanes Game 11 preview. It is Game 11 of 82. And stay tuned for my Buffalo Bills at New Jersey Jets Week 9 preview. That'll be it for me tonight. Like I said, I do think they need to make one small trade to get a defenseman that can help stop these odd man rushes. And if they can play defense and help out Anderson and Comrie, they're going to cruise into the playoffs. So, comment, like, subscribe, and until my next video, go Sabres. Nice comeback win over the Pittsburgh Penguins. And let's go into Carolina and let's steal one. That's what they got to do. They got to steal one from the Carolina Hurricanes. Go Sabres. Great win. Let's beat the Hurricanes.